do you have another name? I have two names. You have a different name. Eric Stiller.
It's my alter ego or my porno name. Either way, I'm fine.
Vabbè, l'avete capito.
That's going on Instagram in like a half an hour.
It's a good name.
It's a good name.
Very cool. So Eric, you come from USA. You was born in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
I've lived all over America. I've lived in Nashville, Los Angeles, and currently Chicago. And so it's that's why I don't have any accent, because I'm from everywhere. So
Dice che ha vissuto insomma in North Carolina, Nashville, Los Angeles, Chicago e non ha alcun accento molto pronunciato insomma nella lingua, proprio perché è di tutte le parti lui. Eric, what's your favorite amplifier last times?
right here, channel 3 of the Trinity, all the way up. 10, 10, 10. Overdrive, bass, middle, 10. And it sounds amazing. So, and no pedals or anything. It's just
old school.
It's just awesome. You know. Yeah. We have for this demo we have a noise gate, just because of we're talking.
Che l'ho appena inserito, avete sentito, è passato, ma potete sentire, non è che c'è tanto rumore, è al massimo del gain l'ampli.
But at a live show you don't even need that because it's already loud, so.
Sì, almeno abbiamo un po' di quiete ogni tanto, insomma, in mezzo alle pause anche degli altri. Do you want to play something?
Sure, I'll just jam a little bit and you tell me when to stop.
Eric Steckel. So you use just one sound, just one tone.
Pretty much. Well, I use one setting, but as far as like during my set, which hopefully you guys will see later, I just use the volume control as my whole pedal board. So if I want clean. of dirt. If I want a little bit of crunch, put the guitar on about 2 or 3. Great crunch sound. If I want sort of a Gary Moore tone, put the volume on about 5. And then for full out leads, just go on 10. So it's really like, you know, a few sounds in one without having to really click anything. Yeah, thank you.
So that's your pedal board.
Right, my pedal board is right here. Right here.
You don't use pedals.
I use
Just a delay.
I use a delay in the effects loop of the amp, and I only use it on certain shows. So what I do is when I go into a venue, I walk into the venue and I clap in the room and I listen to the sound of the reverb in the room. If it's a very dry room with a lot of curtains and carpet, I use a delay just to have a little bit of that trail. But if it's a big concert hall, sometimes I like just the natural reverb in the room, and I prefer that over a fake delay. So it just depends. But in this situation, this is a small room, very crowded, curtains and soft things, so the delay is good.
Oh, with too much people inside.
Yeah, with human beings. You know,
Yeah,
human beings
beings.
soak up sounds. So.
Yeah, great. Eric, you are here for promote my amps. That I hope are the amps you love.
Yeah, yeah.
And for promoting the guitar of Nax guitars.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this particular guitar, here, I'll take this off so you guys can see. So this is made by a guy in America named Joe Nags, who, for those who know who Joe Nags is, you know what a big deal he is. If you don't know, he invented the private stock program at PRS and was with PRS for 25 years. And 9 years ago, he decided that it was time to go on his own and start his own company, Nags. And they have people like Steve Stevens from Billy Idol, Doug Rappaport, Larry Mitchell, a lot of famous players. And last year, I started working with them and developed a signature model. And there's a guy in the audience, Fabio, who has...
Fabio.
Oh, there he is, right there. He has one of the first Eric Steckel signature models that ever came out.
The first one?
One of the first, I think,
One of
right?
the first.
40, oh, okay, number 46. Okay, so it was one of the earlier ones. And then this guitar, if you can see, it says Candy. This is a replica of a real 1960 Les Paul Standard.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
I try to translate. Magari tutti avete capito, insomma, queste chitarre le fa John Nax, che ha fondato questa ditta insieme a Peter Wolf, e John Nax era il capoliutaio della Reed Smith del private stock, lo stesso personaggio, insomma, che ha lo stesso liutaio che ha disegnato la single cut e la McCarthy, giusto per farvi capire. Nel 2009 entrambi Peter e Joe hanno lasciato la Reed Smith e hanno aperto la Nax Guitars e hanno iniziato con una produzione a nome proprio, con modelli propri. Questa è, diciamo, una Eric Steckel, giusto? Eric Steckel model, e quindi una signature che nasce proprio da una vera e propria Les Paul del 1960, quindi un originale che tu hai provato in Australia.
Right. So there was a fan of mine in Melbourne, Australia, who had an original 1960 burst, and he brought it for me during the afternoon for a sound check of my show. And I played the guitar, and I loved the guitar, and him and I came up with an idea that through Nags, we could do a replica of his burst. So we made 12 of these, and this is number 0. and all of them sold in 1 hour and 8 minutes. It was very cool.
Tutte vendute poi in 1 ora e 8 minuti, 11 esemplari di questo modello. Sono stati fatti solamente 11. And you are happy,
Yes, I
think.
am definitely very happy. This guitar is, it's exactly all of the exact measurements, specs of the original 1960. The 1960 would cost you $300,000, and this costs $5,000. So it's like having the real thing, but for a lot less money. And the pickups are identical as well. They were made by Seymour Duncan. So
Yeah,
cool.
MJ e Seymour in persona, cioè anche i pick-up sono stati avvolti appositamente, insomma, per questo modello da Marisela, la mitica Marisela di Seymour Duncan, e da Seymour in persona, proprio replicando un vecchio pick-up che stava sulla the original 1960, right? You want to play something with this guitar?
I'll play a little slide for you guys since that seems to be a fan favorite.
Eric, you started very young.
Yes, 9.
Yeah, 9 to play the guitar. And when with John Mayall?
12.
Solo a 12 anni è stato scoperto da John Mayall, che l'ha portato in tour con lui. La cosa carina è stata che ovviamente tra me e Eric è giovanissimo ancora, ha 29 anni adesso, 29 years old. E io sono più grandicello, chiaramente, insomma. E quindi mi ero andato a vedere Pistoia Blues, però non ci siamo incontrati per puro caso nel 2007, nel senso che io ero andato a vedere il tuo amico Your Friend Joe Bonamassa, quindi Joe Cocker, insomma, Steve Vai, la nottata Steve Vai, eccetera, e lui era lì il giorno prima con John Mayall e lui aveva 16 anni e girava, faceva tour in tutto il mondo. Un applauso a Eric Steckel. New projects?
Sorry?
New projects? New album?
Yeah, so after this tour, so in early November, I go back home to the States and I finish up. Most of the songs for the next album are already pretty much complete, but I bring the drummer in and we start working together. As some of you know, I play all the instruments except for the drums on my albums. So I'll bring the drummer in and we start working together on the tunes, and then in December we record. So in January 2020, the new album will be out just in time for the NAMM show.
Yeah. But you have Trinity for recording the album. For...
Trinity and AM0.
Yeah.
So I can use both for rhythms and leads and different sounds.
How about the difference?
So for me, for my ears, I would use the M0. I would use for my rhythms in stereo. So less gain than this sound right now. This is sort of my live lead tone that you're hearing. For the record, this will be my solo tone. But on the album for rhythm, I'll probably use the M0 on the lead channel with the gain maybe at 5 or 6 and double track, which makes it sound very wide.
So, Eric, maybe the M0 has a classic rock sound, and Trinity is a modern amplifier.
Yeah, for me, what I hear in these two is I hear the M0. The highs are sweeter and a little bit darker, but it has less low and less high. So it's a little more like a classic Marshall with more balls. The Trinity is more modern, so it has more bass, more highs, but it's more aggressive, so it's more brutal. That's why it's good to have both, because I see an application and a reason to have both. They're different enough, if that makes sense.
You played a lot of amplifiers in your life. What were the last you used before Mezzabarba?
Before Mezzabarba, I used a diesel Herbert amplifier, which is a 200 watt 3-channel amp with KT77s, very metal. And before that, Bogner Ecstasy, which is sort of all around amp, does a little of everything. But for me, the Ecstasy is an amazing amp, but it sounds like everything. It sounds like a lot of different amplifiers. And the diesel was awesome, but it was 70 pounds, I don't know in kilograms. It's very heavy, it's big, and it's 200 watts, it's almost too much. So this amp, to me, the Trinity, it had its own sound. It didn't sound like anything else, and it was the perfect volume for the stages that I play. And when I put on the slide, it sounded smooth, which is how I test amplifiers. So it won.
Praticamente dice che utilizzava Diesel Herbert, che è un ampli metal, abbastanza metal, e la Bogner Ecstasy, però dalla Bogner Ecstasy non ci trovava dei suoni particolari, insomma trovava dei suoni che erano in molti altri ampli. Diesel Herbert ovviamente era anche troppo pesante, e invece nella Trinity ha trovato una voce unica che risponde bene, insomma, alle sue necessità, alle sue sollecitazioni, e poi risponde bene soprattutto la slide, la bottleneck, che è il suo test per capire se l'ampli funziona bene o meno, insomma. Eric, you started with Stratocaster, right? Why now you are playing a Les Paul style guitar?
Well, when I was younger, one of my biggest heroes was Stevie Ray Vaughan. Obviously, probably a lot of us share the same hero. So, and I liked the way he sounded and looked, and the attitude and the vibe. And I grew up, in the 90s, and in the 90s, a lot of people were playing Strats because Stevie Ray had died and left a void, and everybody was sort of chasing the Stevie Ray Vaughan tone. And I was one of them. And I had a 1965 Strat, very nice guitar, original. And I played it for years, and my friends and fans thought it was a great guitar. But in my head, I had a different sound. I had the Gary Moore Les Paul high gain sound.
Your favorite guitar player?
Right.
Gary Moore.
Gary Moore, yes. So once I got old enough to where, you know, I could make my own decisions, you know, I was out of my parents' house and I could, you know, buy things I wanted to buy, I started experimenting with my tone, and I realized that gain is actually what I like. So I switched to humbuckers and high gain and have not looked back since.
So you play blues but modern sound.
Right, blues metal. The blues feeling, but a metal or sort of 80s metal tone.
Yeah, great. Eric, see you later at the main stage. Alle ore 6 c'è Eric Steckel con la band al main stage giù in fondo a questo corridoio. Vi consiglio di non perderlo perché se è speciale da solo, con la band è ancora più speciale. Ovviamente dietro un artista c'è sempre una persona, e in questo caso è veramente una grande persona. Lui è Eric Steckel. Lo dico perché sono circa 10 giorni che noi giriamo insieme, perché abbiamo promosso, insomma, a Los Angeles con l'Amp Show la Trinity, e poi adesso, insomma, lui si è fermato dalle mie parti, lo utilizza come base. Già abbiamo fatto le date di Pescara e Montevarchi, adesso proseguiremo già la data di oggi, poi ci sarà Centro Chitarre, il 23 saremo di nuovo a Roma e saremo al St. Louis College of Music, dove Eric parlerà, però a scopi didattici, quindi ovviamente cercherà di comunicare che tipo di tecnica usa, insomma, per le sue frasi, per i suoi soli, e comunque anche ovviamente parlerà del suo sound. Però diciamo sarà una clinic più a scopo didattico. Ora vi ricordo, poi ci saranno anche altre date, vi ricordo comunque alle 6 al main stage. Do you want to play? Ci lascia con una parte suonata, così è meglio. Eric Steckel! Eric Steckel. Ci vediamo alle 6 al main stage.